Hello, hello, hello. Merry Christmas. That was quite energetic, but pretty proper for the season. So, a lot of organizations are celebrating their year victories, and it's fantastic. There's a lot that was achieved in this year, especially uh, during this pandemic. So there's a great reason why we should actually celebrate those victories if we were able to achieve them, right? Now, something that sometimes we are forgetting in this end of the year's company celebration also is to actually think about something that was key for us to achieve those victories and are the failures. That's correct. The failures that paved the way towards the victories. And I wanted to take a little time for us just to discuss this, right? So, when we talk about agile organizations, we are talking about organizations that are highly customer centric, that are nimble and fast, that have unbounded collaboration across their ecosystem and within themselves, that are voracious in their learning, and that are excellent at taking calculated risk. But guess what? For your organization or for organizations to be able to take calculated risk, they need something that is called psychological safety. And a culture that embraces failure generates psychological safety. Hence, for an organization to be agile and be able to take calculated risks in order to innovate and generate better solutions or even new solutions, there must be a space that help them embrace failure. Yeah. So, what are some activities that could help us generate public forums in which failure is seen as something that is respected, that is embraced, that is even celebrated within the organization? I brought you some ideas and some examples. Let's start with Ben and Jerry. They have something that is called the Flavor Graveyard. It's an amazing video which actually shares all the ice cream flavors that they failed. Yeah, that didn't really land. And it's an amazing video to actually celebrate their failures. Now, there's other activities. For example, TATA has something that is called their To Try Award. Procter Gamble has something that is called Heroic Failures Awards. Amazing, fantastic. Or then you may have also the case as Supercell Gaming Company, which actually has a bottle of champagne for each of the failures that occur in the organization. How cool is that? Now, even better than all of this activity, according to me, so feel free to check out more of the other activities too, if you like. It's what we call the failure party. The failure party was actually a concept created by Eli Lilly. That's where it comes from, and it's actually what was the inspiration for this example that I brought to you. I wanted to bring an example because I want you to see how a failure party can be structured and how it can look like. Of course, in your organization, you can use the metaphor that you like in order to bring reflection about failure and to really map out what were the failures and the learnings that your team members were courageous enough to gather throughout the year. Yes. So, how does a failure party looks like? Voila! Let me show you. All right. So this is a design that we created at Growth Vikings in order to kind of like generate reflection about failure on some of the teams that we have the blessing of working with. Yeah. So first, a failure party has an instructor. Yes, it's a party, but as any good party, it has a strategic approach. It has an instructor, right? Basically, it has these different areas that you can see. So it's 5 different areas. You have one area in which you allow team members to redefine failure. Another area in which you refine what is failure, okay, and what's the type of failure that your organization is going to support. Then you have the space in which they can open up and share their failures. And then another space in which they can ground the learnings from those failures. And finally, a checkout or a conclusion to the party in which they set up an aim, a hairy, audacious aim that hopefully gets them to succeed or fail again. Yes. So that's kind of like what a failure party is. It's about. So let's go into that first step that we mentioned. Yeah. Stepping in, right? That space in which you raise the awareness that actually failures are not bad, are not taboo, are not wrong, but are actually part of any innovation, of any process of creation. They are there. So seeing what were some of the most famous failures in history and their outcome actually energizes team members and allows them to see that educated failures or failures, okay, because you can put any adjective to it, but they are just failure. Any failures bring learnings, and thanks to that is that innovation can happen. Yeah, so redefining failure and raising awareness of the goodness that we can generate out of it. It's the first step. Then the second step is also to make sure that this is not misunderstood. What do I mean? We cannot go from one extreme to the other, right? It's not only about celebrating victories, or only celebrating failures for the sake of failures, right? It's just making sure that we know, that our team members know, that when we talk about failures, they are preventable failures, there are complex failures, and then there are intelligent failures. Yeah. And actually, what we want to foster is for our team members to go about intelligent failures in the organization. Yes, it's okay if we got undesired results out of thoughtful endeavors to tap into new frontiers. What is not okay is that we fail at things that we knew how to do it right, because we failed at them before and we got that lesson, we got that recipe. That's what doesn't make sense, and certainly not the type of thing that you want to encourage in a failure party. Yes. So that second part is about kind of guiding team members in the recognition and understanding of what are the type of failures and how you can differentiate them as you are in your path to a failure. All right. So the third part is what we call the failure trampoline. This is a concept that I created actually, and I'm very proud of. It's a trampoline because trampolines, bounce you back. And I think this is what failures do to many team members and organizations. Yes, failures happen, but you know what? You get so many great learnings out of it, especially if you have team members with growth mindset, that it helps you bounce back with a better product, a better solution, or a better innovation. Yes. So the failure trampoline is kind of that, okay? It seeks to give a space for team members to share what were their biggest failures throughout the years and actually discuss one of them, the top one for them, with each other, right? So it also creates vulnerability and a space for them to get together and grow in their relationship too. The next step, which is very important, and is the dance floor of the party where everyone wants to be, of course, is the golden takeaways. Here's where team members can actually share what were those key takeaways, those key lessons that they learn as professional and for the organization, and that can allow us to build better solutions, especially in the upcoming year. Yes, so it's a very important step. and the one that actually allows us to scale learnings within the organization. The final part of this party is what we call the Hairy Audacious Aim. Usually intelligent failures occur because we were pushing ourselves, we were challenging ourselves, we were in that frontier that generates new solution. So as any party, after the party, you usually go energized, you're pretty energized, you had such a good time. The next day, you're just ready to work and go for it. So this Hairy Audacious arena or area of the party, of the failure party, what seeks is for team members to actually set to themselves something that's going to challenge them, that is going to help them reimagine what they do, and hopefully put them in the track of succeeding at breakthrough innovation or fail again in their pursuit of a breakthrough radical innovation. Yeah, which is always a great pursuit. So this is how a failure party could be structured, and this is how a failure party could look. It doesn't mean that it has to look this way. It doesn't mean that it has to structure this way. But I hopefully got across that the essence is to provide a space of psychological safety for our team members in which we learn from each other and we accept that when we're pushing frontiers, when we're creating new things, not everything is going to go right. And that's okay. And actually, we got to persist because persisting and learning and growing and sharing on time can help us build those innovations that hopefully delight our customer and delight our key stakeholders. Hence, the call for action. In this end of the year parties and celebrations, don't only focus on the victories. Give some space for the failures. They have so many amazing lessons for us that they can help us in the new year achieve innovation too. So I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you have your own failure party, hopefully. Bye.